What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Poppy Joe's Pastures. Today's video is going to be all about maintaining fences and maintaining pastures. It's going to be part one of a two-part series, and today we're specifically talking about what we've done to work on our fence so far, what we still need to do, and Doug is going to walk you through his plan for seeding these pastures, for maintaining these pastures, not only this spring to make them nutritious and delicious for our future cows, but also his plan for what he'll do in the fall when that time comes. So let's get right into it. Hello.
Huh?
Hello.
Hello.
It's not the most fun homestead project, but it's very necessary. We have Chinese privet that has pretty much taken over some of our fence lines, and we need to get rid of it because if we don't, it will just become a Chinese privet forest. And I honestly thought that these were trees that were planted. Who knew? Maybe they would be like apple trees, but no. This is just an invasive weed that is pretty much a tree. And so this is our largest pasture, our back pasture, and we're fully fenced on this whole entire property, which is beautiful and amazing. We're so grateful for that. Just some of these fences we're dealing with this. And so Doug is on the chainsaw right now. I have a little, I don't know what it's called. It's called a tool. It's like a saw tool. We're working on our irrigation systems right now, and Doug worked on our pond pump that kind of feeds water from the pond into systems all throughout our property to help water some of the fields. And so what we kind of realized is our sprinkler system kind of runs along our whole entire fence line. It's hard to even see because of all the weeds in there. But pretty much with these weeds, we're expecting that a lot of these pipes are not going to work. And so we really want to just get this fence cleared. That way we can kind of turn it on and see the work that we need to do irrigation wise. And then the second thing is just, we noticed that in some areas, kind of with overgrowth, it damaged the fencing. And so when we are adding animals, we have a few holes, and we just really want to get this fence cleaned up, and then we'll start kind of poisoning it, hopefully a few times a year. And kind of once we get that system in place, our fences, the lines are just poisoned, and we don't have to deal with this every single season. We have one little clear patch. It's burn season, baby. I think what Doug and I are also really excited for is just the way that kind of the view of all of our land will open up once all of it's gone. Okay, y'all, we are back. Another day of fence cleaning. It is I'm dramatic. It's a little chilly and it's very windy and like gray and the crows are screeching. It's a little bit eerie. And so right here, this little fence situation is exactly why we're doing this. What we're trying to avoid with our fencing. But we just got so much down. The one tree, some of them look like haunted. This tree is haunted. This is the second one that we've run into. It is just a spike monster. It looks like scary. And it just wraps everything that it's near. Still got a lot to go. I got the fence in the background. So this is pretty much the result of all of the work that we've done up to this point. We've cut so much of the privet down and we're left with kind of like the nubs that are intertwined with the fence that, you know, we're not going to take a sawzall to that because that's a little bit dangerous. And so all we can really do, and all we really have been doing for the past few weeks, is poison, 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 baby. We really try not to use chemicals with the garden or with other things, like not totally the vibe, but where we have to, we have to. And so with the privet, and yes, we know we could have gotten goats. We still could get goats and they would probably take care of it for us. But we really want to focus on infrastructure right now before animals come into play. And so we don't necessarily want to add goats or animals to the mix when the fence, such a crucial piece of infrastructure for the farm, is not totally ready. We just don't want to jump in. And so we have all of our nubs. We're poisoning them very frequently. And we're just kind of waiting for them to deteriorate. We're waiting for them to go away. I don't know if deteriorate is the right word. I'm distracted because Doug's riding up on the tractor. And so all we can do now is poison, poison, poison. Keep cutting down what we can. We have burn piles everywhere with all the privet that we need to burn. And yeah, once we continue to poison and see some of these little nubs go away, we'll really be assessing a lot of the damage that needs to be fixed with some new fencing itself. So this is a very long-term project. There's really not a total timeline on when we'll have this done other than by the end of the year. But that's where we're at. We've done a lot of work. And let me just add the before and then the after.
Hey guys, so we're out in one of the pastures today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about pasture maintenance and really in our case, more like pasture renovation. You can see this one we're in, this middle pasture is in pretty good shape. You know, back in the day there was a bunch of cattle here, like 40 head of cattle between here and our neighbor's land, and they always rotated on fescue and ryegrass, which is really good. We're in Georgia. So it's really good for fall, spring, winter. You can see it's, what is it, March?
It's March.
And the fescue and rye is pretty green, but if you see over there on the far side, it's still kind of browned off. That's Bermuda. So after doing a bunch of research, my friends at Troop Farm and Yard and UGA Extension recommended Bermuda grass, Russell Bermuda, which was actually created at Auburn University, not far from us. It's a Bermuda blend that produces really good forage, really good nutrients for cattle in the summer, like May through August, September here. So the idea is, what we're going to do the next few weeks is disc up all the pastures. That one needs a lot of work. We're going to disc it up, kind of disturb the soil, spread the Bermuda seed, pack it down, and then hopefully April, May it starts to take, starts to come through, and there for the summer it'll be growing and getting established before the fall. So I should have said before all this, we got a soil sample from all the pastures, and honestly it's pretty good. We had to throw some triple 10 out. We did that in the fall. We planted we overseeded some fescue, some Kentucky 31 in the fall that came through really good. And so basically once we do this Bermuda in the spring, every year we're going to kind of do the same cycle, fescue and rye through the fall for winter time, and then about this time every year we'll throw out some more Bermuda. And the idea is to have as much green pastures that provides nutrients to cattle throughout the year. So that's the plan. Alright, so this is our TYM 4815. We love this tractor. We got it before we got our bed when we moved into our house. last year. It was literally here before us. So the folks at George Land Equipment, Devin up there, hooked us up. I love this thing. We just got this attachment, this disc harrow, which in part 2 of this, you know what I just mentioned about disking up the ground before we seed. This is what we'll use. We got about 18 acres, like 16 acres of pasture, and this will get the job done for what we want to do. And then we'll throw the spreader on, throw the seed out, and then pack it down and start mowing it in a few months.
All right, y'all, that's it for this week's video. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, this is part 1 of a 2-part series, and so part 2 is going to be more of the hands-on, the action, probably what people come for. Doug will talk about why he's loving the TYM tractor, how to switch attachments between the disc harrow and the seeder itself, so you'll also get some TYM love in there, as well as just seeing him actually doing the seeding and all of that stuff, and hopefully we'll be able to update you on some progress with the fence as well. So that won't be next week. Next week is actually going to be a fruit tree planting, pruning, fertilizing apple tree video, and then the following week we'll get y'all with part 2. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe below. Check out our Instagram or our TikTok, Poppy Joe's Pastures, because we are doing a series over there with all of our chicken prep for beginners. And those are some shorter form videos, but if you want to get some of that information now, check us out because we post on those platforms pretty much every single day. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment below, and let us know what you think.